Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for inviting me on this special occasion. Even though it is a time of despair, but we're able to meet through this chance, through Zoom. And also, I really hope that through this lecture, you can also be able to have a new heart and a new mind in this time of life. So before I begin, let me share my PowerPoint with all of you. Yes. Hello. Once again, I am from the International Mind Education Institute. We are located in 94 different parts of the world, and we are one of the leading lecturers who are changing the hearts of the youth and also the people around the world. So today, I will be your keynote speaker. I say I'm very happy. So today, my name is Mr. Thomas Henderson, and I am the IMEI Karnataka State Director, and nice to meet all of you. Actually, today is a very different topic. Usually, in the way we do our own lectures, but today is discovering new strategies for combating the imperative global economic slowdown. So as we look upon it nowadays, because of coronavirus, there's a lot of problems that has happened. Health problems, family problems. Also, we can see that it also has affected the global economic slowdown around the world. So because of that, people are trying to come together, and that's why we have this type of conference, is to think about new strategies and new ideas to be able to overcome it so that it does not affect us too much for the future. If you look here in life, we make many different strategies. Yeah, we also, when we go to war, we make strategies. When we manage our house or manage our things, we make a strategy. Also, when it comes to my future, how I should live or how I should do my goals, we also make strategies. So in life, there are many different strategies that we create so that we can find the thoughts and the solutions to overcome the difficulties that lie ahead of us. Especially when you play sports. If you lost the game, then you go back to find a new strategy. Last time we did like this. This time we're going to do like this. So now through this new strategy, we are able to see and find a way to be able to overcome. So the next time we go into the game, we will get the victory. So this time also, many people are putting their heads together, trying to figure out, how to overcome this problem. This coronavirus has caused such a big problem that everywhere, when it comes physically or even education wise, even economically, even families. Yeah, a lot of people are being affected by this coronavirus. So actually, this is one of the biggest epidemics of the world. Yeah, a long time ago in America, there was they had a big effect because of the Great Depression. And also in Korea, they also had a big problem with the IMF. But now, this is the one time where the whole world was affected at the same time. Yeah, that is this coronavirus. So that's why we are doing this type of webinar to be able to give up good ideas on how to overcome and be able to make it to where the economically everything can stay stable. But today, my lecture, I would like to focus on something different. Yeah, we can make good strategies. We can have precise strategic ways. But there is one thing that we need to really focus on before we proceed with our strategies. And that is, what is the most important aspect of management? Yeah, even though we come up with good strategies or we come up with good plans, many places and many companies has already done that many times. But still problems come. Still failures come. What is the real problem? Is it because maybe outstanding human resources? Maybe we need more human resources. Maybe we need more opportunities. But that in a way is true. There is. We need more human resources. We need more jobs for people. How about technique? Yeah, maybe the technique of the way we approach the problem, or maybe the technique of the business, or maybe the technique of people, or we can say also the skill set can change. Also, the capital, maybe the management, maybe the positions of the people in charge. And maybe these are the big three issues that makes the great aspects of a great management. But then I thought deeply about it. And since we are the IMEI, we are the International Mind Education Institute, we also do a lot of research. How to help the people, how to develop the people, what is the main source? What is the real problem? For us to new strategies? Yeah, we have new strategies. We have new planning. Yeah, Korea in 1950 to 1953 was in the war. But then at that time, Korea lost everything. So they came up with a good strategy. That strategy was called the New Village Movement. Yeah, through the New Village Movement, that is how Korea was able to change. But the strategic idea was there, but there was one thing that was more important. That was that the company never be successful without the employees working with the same mindset of the employer. Yeah, the president of Korea at that time, his mindset was a really good mindset to where he wanted to change Korea. Hey, we are not poor anymore. That mindset flowed into the Korean people. So the Korean people lived with the same mindset as the president. That is why Korea could change. So today we're going to focus on certain parts. So the goals of today's mind lecture is one is diagnose of for the state of mind. Yeah, we must check the state of the mind of the people that are around us. Some people are weak. Some people are strong. Some people are lacking. Some people have flaws. Some people are a little bit behind. But when we really diagnose for the state of mind, then we can see what type of mindset that the people have. And also, when we see some people with the problems or the sickness, then the healing and recovery of the mind can be there. Yeah, nowadays, this coronavirus, not just physically sick is there, but a lot of people are suffering from the sickness of the heart. A lot of people fall into despair. A lot of people have fallen into sickness and isolation. Oh, I lost my job. Oh, I have nothing. What to do? And at that moment, they only find the easiest way. That is suicide. Yeah, that's why a lot of people are worried because of this global epidemic problem that now depression is going to rise. That's why also divorce is going to rise up. Yeah, economically we can grow, but if the hearts are not healed, if the mindset is not healed after this, then even though economically you grow, the people will not be able to handle it. So that's why also the last one is the growth and development of the mind. Yeah, the economic growth is also important, but mostly than that is behind the growth of economics is the growth of the mindset. Yes, the mindset of a person we must find out so that we can help the person develop the mind. We can help the person heal their minds. That's why that brings success and happiness. And that also brings the true social change. That's why Korea could actually change. That's why many countries are learning this mindset. Yes, the mindset of how you face the problem, the mindset of how you take the strategy, the mindset of how you discover the way to overcome is most important. That's why today, our first topic we're going to talk about is how the mind affects your body. Yes, our mind will affect our body of how we live or how we think. So, for our first example, here, this is Dr. Hancock Talmar. He is from Gainesville, Florida. Now, he is a doctor who has done many treatments for AIDS patients and also cancer patients and also other treatments for other things. So one day he had an idea. How about we divide the cancer patients into three groups based on their clinical data for descendants. So these are already patients who are going to die. These are patients who already took the treatment And at this moment where they're going to die, they only have a couple of months left. So he divided them into 3 rooms. The first room is the group of negative mind. Yeah, this is a group where the people, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, so they are accepted the common belief of people that cancer can hardly kill me. Yeah, they accept that common belief. I'm gonna die. And then when they went through that, they also suffered during their death. Yeah, they accepted that thought. I'm gonna die. Oh, I'm in pain. Oh, it hurts so much. Why? Why am I suffering? And this is one where the negative mindset was impotent. They accepted the fact that I'm going to lose my loved ones. They accepted the fact that I'm going to die. Why? Because of cancer. Why? This cancer cannot be healed. I'm going to be passed away. Things are not going to work out. So they accepted that negative lifestyle. As they hear, oh, you only have a couple more days left. Sir, I'm sorry. Sir, please prepare your life. When they accepted that negative mind, their life became very negative to the point of death, to where they suffered in their death. Yeah, extreme pain was there. The cancer in their body gave them so much pain. But then, the second type of people was the positive mind. Yeah, the positive mind was the hope that they can be cured while still accepting the belief. Yeah, the hope that I will be cured. Yes, I am a cancer patient, but I can be cured. Yeah, if I take chemotherapy. Yeah, if I do exercise. Yeah, if I do something. It's a possibility. There is a possibility that I could live. Yeah, if I really take myself well, if I treat myself well, those they experience the reality less, the pain before their death. So that means that the pain and the suffering that they faced before they died was decreased a lot. Yeah, at that time, they were able to say, hey, yeah, at least I enjoyed something. At least my life, I enjoyed my life. Hey, I had a good time. Honey, I love you. We raised 3 or 4 good kids. We lived a happy life. Yeah, that positive mind was able to make their bodies to react to the cancer with less pain. And then the third mind, the third group was the mind in faith. Yeah, they never accepted the belief that cancer can hardly be cured. They never accepted, hey, I will not be cured. No, I will be cured. No, I am cured. No, I am healed. No, this cancer is not a problem. I'm okay. I will live a healthy life. I will overcome this. Yeah, that mind of faith gave true hope. Yeah, just having a positive mind, that positive mind also is limited actually. But truly having the correct mind of hope, the correct mind of faith, that this is not a problem. Hey, there's going to be a brighter day tomorrow. That mind, that faith created a real strength in the heart. I know because I have a friend of mine in America today. She is alive. Yes, because she had the mind of faith. Because at first, yeah, she had that negative mind. Oh, I got cancer. Oh, I did chemotherapy, but still the chemotherapy didn't work. I'm gonna die. What to do? What to do? The people, the decider, tried to give her that positive mind. Hey, it's okay. You're okay. Just think positively. Think positive. Yes, think positive. But she couldn't. And one day, she was able to meet a very special person who was able to teach her the mind of the faith. Hey, this cancer is not a problem. Hey, it's okay. You know, people sometimes we get cramps. Hey, that pain in your body is not a problem. Oh, really? It's not a problem? Yes, Dr. Park. It's not a problem then, Dr. Park. Oh, I'm healed, Dr. Park. Oh, this cancer is nothing. And then one day she called, oh, Dr. Park, oh, my body is so much in pain. I don't know what to do. So many cramps are there. Dr. Park laughed. Haha, actually, sister, don't worry. Even healthy people will get cramps. Yeah, if I push my body, sometimes cramps will hurt. But the cramps is not a problem. Because why? The cramps will go away. Don't worry. It will go away. Oh, really? Dr. Park, it will be okay. Oh, then this is not a problem then, right? Yes, it's not a problem. Remember, you are healed. Yeah, you are cured. This is not a problem. Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. She hung up the phone. And all of a sudden, 3 days, 4 days passed, 1 week passed. Again, she'll call. Dr. Park, I have a problem. I I cannot eat right now because of the the chemotherapy. I have no taste, no appetite. Ah, I cannot eat right now. Every time I eat, I throw up. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna die. Dr. Park said, "Ha, madam, do you know when you put gasoline in a car, the car does not taste the gasoline, but the car uses it for the fuel to move. Why do we eat? Yeah, we eat to live. We don't eat for appetite. We don't eat for taste. We eat to live. So you must eat, okay? You gotta eat. You have to eat to live. When you eat, the body becomes stronger and your immune system becomes stronger. Then your immune system will defeat that pain. Don't worry, okay? Oh, yes, Dr. Park. Thank you, sir. Thank you. She hung up. Now she is very, very healthy. Now she's going around doing her lectures all over America. And now because of coronavirus, because of her mind, she is giving hope and she's giving faith and she's giving happiness to many people who are suffering from the depression of corona, and they're suffering because of the loss of their jobs, and they are suffering because of the loss of their loved ones. But through the mind of faith, she's able to pass that. And now many people who are suffering, their life has changed. Their bodies, oh, really? I'm healthy? Hey, I'm healthy then. Yes, the mind. The mind affects our body. If my mind is negative, then our bodies will be negative. Even my face will have more wrinkles, I think. I don't know. Maybe that's true. Be careful. Maybe that's why I lost my hair, because I had a wrong mind long time ago. But don't take that. That's just a joke. But then also positive mind. Stay positive, stay positive. But positive mind also has a limitation. We need to learn the true mind. That is the mind that has the faith in the hope that this is not the problem. Hey, this is not a problem. This will be all finished. This will be passed away. The mind that we have affects our bodies. Now, next is the mind affects your life result. Yeah, so now we can see how the mind affects the body, how the lady with the right mind, even her body was able to overcome the cancer. So now we have another example of how the mind affects the way of life. Yeah, the results of your life. So here, we have a very special woman. I don't know if you see this picture as a beautiful woman, but actually this woman, her name is Ji Sun Lee. Yeah, she is now 32 years old. But at the age of 22, she was actually in one of the #1 women's colleges of Korea. And she was a top student. She wanted to be a teacher for the young kids. So one day, this is what she used to look like. Such a beautiful young lady. And she grew up wanting to fulfill her dream was to be a teacher. So one day, her and her brother was in the car. So they was just driving home from school. They stopped at a red light. So while they was waiting for the light to turn, she was actually driving the car. The brother was in the side of the road, on the passenger side. So while they were waiting, looking up at the light, all of a sudden, right behind, this SUV was speeding so fast, it hit her. Bam! It hit her because the man that was driving the SUV was a drunk driver. Yes, he was a drunk driver. At that time, they was just driving a regular sedan. When the car immediately hit her, the SUV hit. Immediately, what happened was the gas tank in the back of the car, in the back of the dicky, exploded. So when it exploded, at that time, the brother woke up because the brother was in the passenger seat sleeping. So he all of a sudden he woke up, whoa, whoa, and then he saw the car was on fire. When the car was on fire, immediately he opened his door and he was able to go out. But his sister, she got knocked out unconscious. While she was knocked out unconscious, that is when the fire stepped roaming in the car. All of a sudden, the brother tried to open the door, but he couldn't. So he had to grab a stone and he broke the glass. When he broke the glass, he unlocked the door and he pulled out his sister. But the damage was already done. Yes, this was on July 30th, 2000. She was burned. The third degree burns. She had third degree burns in 55% of her body was covered with burns. This is what she looked like. Yes. So then, from that beautiful face, she had one of the greatest tragedies of her life. Yeah, at that time, when she looked at herself, when she was alive, she felt regret, she felt pain, because your body, our skin breathes, people. I don't know if you know this, but our skin actually breathes. And since half of 55% of her body was burned, that means a lot of parts of her body cannot breathe because the skin is burned up. The skin is all melted away. Even the doctor said, you are lucky you are alive. This is a miracle. Yeah, you should have been dead, but you are alive. This is a miracle. Many times when she was in a hospital, she will hear the people, they will just smack their tongue and look at her like, hey, this girl, how is she going to live? This girl, her life, her future is ruined. Hey, this girl, how is she going to do anything for her future now? The womanhood of her life is also destroyed. Who is going to marry a woman like her? What type of job is a woman like her going to do? What type of life is a woman like her going to do? Many people used to doubt her. Many people look down at her. Hey, this girl, what's going to happen to her? Look at her. Hey, 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 hey. But the funny thing was, the mindset she had, the mindset she learned, the mindset she gained was the mindset of faith. Even though she had negative thoughts. Yeah, negative thoughts were there. Hey, I am not going to be nothing. I can't be a teacher no more. My dream is gone. I cannot fulfill my dream. What am I going to do? And every time she looked in the mirror, she really hated herself. I lost everything. I lost my beautiful face. I lost my beautiful dream. I lost my beautiful life. And now what do I have? I have nothing but disgrace. I have nothing but this ugly face to look at. Look at my fingers. My fingers, they cannot do anything. So she had to cut all the fingertips of 8 of her fingers. She only has, her thumbs are regular, but every other finger had to be cut. So now she has no fingertips. Yeah, 8 of her fingers were cut, only 2 left. She looked at her life. What am I going to do? She had 33 surgeries, and she has also skin transplant she also had. The more she looked at herself, the more despair thoughts will come in. But to think positive, think positive, think positive. That man, why did he hit me? Why did that man hit me? But then, her mother will come in. Her mother will say, daughter, I am thankful you're alive. Daughter, I am thankful that you are still breathing. Daughter, I am thankful I can hear your voice. Yeah, the mother was her big inspiration. Also, we can say her faith in her God also was a big inspiration. that faith in her mother. My mother still loves me. Then her friends will come. Her friends will say, hey, Jisun, it's okay. You look beautiful. Jisung, it's okay. And then as she began to change her mind, she was able to change her mind. Then she was able to realize, in life, we should be thankful for something. Every day we can be thankful for one thing. No matter what tragedy we face, if we find something thankful in that tragedy, we can say, I am thankful for this. That mind can change the results of what I see. So then she started to change. 100 negative thoughts can change by one thankful thought. The mind to be thankful. Yeah, even though there is a tragedy of coronavirus, even though the economy is crashing down or slowing down, even though people are losing their jobs, even though people are facing more and more circumstances that are not positive, even though we try to be positive. But just like this young girl who had to cut the fingertips, but that thoughtful, that thankful mindset, that real mindset affected her to where she was able to write a book. She wrote one of the #1 books of Korea. When the book came out, it swept all of Korea. She was able to type with her fingers with no fingertips. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the mindset effects of how our life can be led. If we have the wrong mindset, then this woman would have committed suicide. She said many times, I wanted to commit suicide. Many times, I didn't want to live any longer. I didn't want the world to see me like this. Because why? It can never be reversed. Now I'm stuck this way. Now I have to live this way. Now I have no choice. That is the reality is I cannot change who it is or who I am or what I look or my life. But I can change my mind and that will change my future. Yes. That one mind that she was able to change. She turned this despairful moment of her life to a positive, beautiful moment. And now she was able to write a book that took over. And now she's on her second book in Korea. Yes, I think it's also in English. You can check it out. But then she was able to say that if sometimes get it, think negative things. But if you find just one thing to be thankful out of 100 negative things, you shall see the negative things retreat. Yes. If we can find one thankful thing. Today, ladies and gentlemen, of course, we are focused on the economic growth or the slowdown or the despair or the problems around the world. That is true. That is something to focus on. But if we also change just for a second, something to be thankful for, when we are thankful about something, then the 100 negative points, that 100 negative things that we see about the world of people dying, about this problem or that problem, when we can be thankful, then everything can change. Yeah, the result of what we see can also change. This woman, now she says, even now I am happy enough. Yeah, somebody asked her, if you can go into a time machine, would you go back? Would you stop the SUV? Do you regret that the SUV hit you, that did this to you? Do you regret your life being like this? She looked at the reporter and said, if I had a chance, I wouldn't change anything. Yes, I would not change. I am happy enough the way that I am because I was able to find not just the beauty on the outside, but the true beauty is from the heart. So she was able to find that she lived in an isolated world, even though her face was beautiful, even though her dream was close, but that was not true happiness. But the true happiness she could find was through this despairful moment that in this life she could see what is true happiness. And that mind that was waiting for her was in that despair. Even today, I will say, ladies and gentlemen, there is some good, thankful things to be thankful about. But if we can think about it, some of you may say, hey, how can we be thankful? What about the people who lost their family? What about the people who lost their jobs? How can you say that, sir? Yes, of course, we may lose jobs and we may lose people. But if we think about the thankful things that we have with those people, then that death becomes thankful. And also if we can think about the good things that we had when we had the job, we can also be thankful. I want you to try this type of mind. And you will see that this mind will change the effects of your life. Why? Do it. I want you to try. You go home, tell your wife or tell your mother, Mom, I am thankful. Why are you thankful? You think about what are you thankful for your mother. And I guarantee your mother will reduce the yelling at you. All husbands, go to your wife and say, honey, I am thankful that you cook my chapati or my breakfast, lunch, and dinner sometimes. But maybe you cook your own, I'm not sure. But anyways, you understand what I'm trying. Wives, go to your husband and why don't you say one thankful thing every day. You try something new and then you will see that your household will change. The result of one mind, one thankful mind will change the result of the outcome of your house. Try it. I guarantee. If you tell your children, even though they don't listen, hey, sit down, don't do. Try not to do that. Try one time, you say, hey son, I am thankful. Even when I was young, I didn't listen to your your grandma. I am just like you, and you are just like me. I'm so thankful that you are my son. If you say it like that, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, you will see the result will come. Yes, this lady, Miss Ji-sun Lee, she had that mind. I'm thankful. But I'm in pain, but I'm thankful I'm alive. Yes, I'm thankful I'm alive. But look at this, look at my face. Yeah, but I'm thankful I can still smile. But look at my skin, I cannot breathe. Yes, but I'm thankful that my people still love me. So then one by one, she was able to find thankful things. That's why she says, even now I am happy enough. And in Korea, there was a time where a big problem happened, where a lot of young people died of a ship accident. And also there was a big problem between the North Korea attacked one place called Pyeongtaek, the island. But they all asked her, please write something for us. So then she didn't know what to say. But she said, that I find, she said that even though we have a loss, but if we can be thankful, then the loss that we have, it can be thankful. So the children that we lost, if we think about the thankful things about them, then we can be thankful. Of course, we're going to miss them, but at least the mindset of how we look at our children can change. So then, I want to go to our third part. The third part is the mind affects people around you. Yeah, not just the result of my life, not just my personal life, but also our minds can affect people around us. In my working area, in my school area, in my house, the mind that we live with affects people around us. So we will show you one person whose mind affected a lot of people. Here, this man name is Andreas Lubitis. He was a co-pilot. Yeah, he grew up in Germany. He was a young boy. His dream was to be a pilot. So he also was a very athletic person. You can see his picture of him running marathons. He ran mini marathons. He was very athletic. He was very funny in the school. He also had a lot of friends. But actually, he was able to even fulfill his dream to be a pilot. So he studied and he fulfilled the way to be a pilot and became a pilot. So as time goes by, he was enjoying his life. But then all of a sudden, some despairful moment came to him. Yes, what happened was he started losing his eyesight. Yeah, a certain disease happened to his body where his eyesight was starting to fade away. And plus, he was suffering from depression. I'm losing my eyesight. Why? I'm so athletic. Oh, I tried all that I can and I should be like this, but why? Why am I losing my eyesight? Why? If I lose my eyesight, I'm gonna lose my job. I'll lose my dream. I'm gonna lose my life. What can I do now? All those thoughts and that type of mind was pressing him. That negative mind was pressing him and pushing him down and pushing him down more and more. But he could not handle it himself. Easily he could have told his parents, but he thought, if I tell my parents, how are they going to look at me? If I tell my family and I lose my job, then my family will be disappointed. What to do? What to do? From that point on, he started isolating himself. He didn't eat lunch with his friends no more. He didn't call his parents no more. Every time he called, Mom, I'm okay. I'm fine. Thank you. Mom, I'm okay. I'm fine. He kept himself in an isolated position. And one thought came to him. I should just die. I'm already going to lose everything. I'm already going to lose my eyesight. I'm going to lose my health. I'm going to lose my job. I'm going to lose my friends. I'm going to lose my family. I'm going to lose everything. Then I might as well just kill myself. That thought came to him. But then, killing himself by himself. But he thought, if I'm going to die, I might as well not die alone. I don't want to die alone. So that's why one day he got called to come on to duty. Yeah, so he was the co-pilot. The real pilot was there and he was the assistant pilot. So at that time it was he intentionally crashed this airline that was flying over Germany. So what happened was the pilot stood up. They didn't even know that he was suffering from depression. They didn't know that he was suffering from this eye disease because outwardly he was fine. Outwardly he was smiling. Outwardly everything is checked, sir. Let's get ready to go. Everybody please fasten your seatbelt. Every routine he did correctly. He also set up everything correctly. He was conversating correctly. So nobody expected the unexpected. They all thought that he was okay. They all thought that his mind was okay. There's not a problem with Mr. Lubis. He's okay. Sir, are you okay? Yes, I'm fine. I'm happy today. Let's get ready to take off. Then they started the plane. And all of a sudden the plane went up. As it goes up, it started to take off. And then once it reached the altitude where it was comfortable, at that time, that is when the pilot says, I have to go to the washroom. The pilot, at that time, he said, okay, Mr. Lubis, I'm going to the washroom. Please watch the plane. So they all thought, everybody thought he's normal. Everybody thought his mind was okay. Hey, nothing's wrong with this, sir. Okay, hey, sir, watch over the plane. I'll be right back. Usually the pilot will go and come back, and Mr. Lubis did nothing wrong. But this day, something else was in the mind of Mr. Lubis. So the pilot went. When he went outside, he closed the cockpit door and he went to the washroom. At that time, this young man stood up. And this young man locked the cockpit door from the inside. He made it to where no one could enter. And then he took and he sat in the pilot's chair. He turned off the plane off of autopilot. He grabbed the wheel with his hand and he started to decline. The plane started to take a decline, a very strong decline. People ran, opening, banging the door. Sir, open the door, open the door. What's wrong? Open the door. No, no, open the door. But he just sat there, holding on to the wheel, going straight down with 150 people in the plane. He went and he crashed intentionally in the French Appalachians on Tuesday, March 24th, 2015. At that time, 150 people lost their life because of one person mindset. Because his mind was only stuck in that one mindset that I will die, that I should die, but I don't want to die alone. Why should I die alone? Let me die with others. And that mind, outwardly, they did not know. Outwardly, people did not know what was the problem. The same thing in our life. We always focus on things outwardly. Yeah, we want to find the correct way to be rich. We want to find the correct way to solve the problems. But the mindset that we live with, we must know, really affects people around us too. This man, he affected the life of 150 people. They would have never expected their life to be turned on that day. Same thing, sometimes the CEO or the corporate mind, the mindset may not be good, and unexpectedly the workers suffer. The true mind we must have. We must have a strong mindset. When we learn how to have a strong mindset, then no matter what problem we face, we will be able to overcome. As you see, he crashed that plane, and more than 150 people passed away because of one person's wrong mindset. That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I know today's topic is discovering the strategies to overcome the global economic slowdown. That is true. We can make great strategies. But if the mindset of the people are not healed, if the mindset of the people does not become stronger, then even though we have the correct strategy, but that strategy cannot be infiltrated because the people with the wrong mindset will misuse the strategies that we create. That's why it's very important to find the strong mindset. It is in order to strengthen the mindset of the youth. It is able to strengthen the mindset of the workers. And also, the mindset of the leaders also must be strong. If you take a blob of tofu and a brick, you can make it the same color. It may even look like a brick, but when you hit it, the tofu will splat, will crush, but the brick will not, unless you take taekwondo. But the tofu will splat and break and dissolve, but the brick will not. Even though you can make it the same color, same shape, same form. Outwardly, it can look like a brick, but if it is tofu, you cannot use it to build your house. With the right mindset, it is able to build our future, and it is able to help us to overcome any type of despair that we face. So the first one we talked about, how the mindset affects our body. That's why the doctor was able to realize the negative mind affects the cancer to make it worse. And also the positive mind affects the cancer to make it seem kind of easy. But the faithful mind is able to even have a body to defeat the cancer. Then we have the mind that can also affect the way of our life. That's why the lady, Ji Su Lee, how her mind to be thankful. That thankful mind changed the result of her life. And that's why today, one mind can also affect the people around us. And one more story we will explain. Now here is a young Vietnamese girl. Now this girl in Vietnam, our IMEI, we did a program in Vietnam. So in Vietnam, there's a lot of circumstances where the youth have been committing suicide. There's a lot of problems in Vietnam, social problems, also other different problems that I cannot explain to you. But they all have their own personal and social problems that the youth face. Some are bullied. Some are being pressed down. Some are being called stupid. Some are being even misused in the school. So this young girl, she was being misused in the school. People looked down at her. People compressed her. People isolated her. Why? Because of her mother. Her mother was a very ugly woman. Sorry to say. Apologize. But that caused where friends made fun of her. Hey, that's your mama. Hey, your mama looks like a monster. Hey, look at you. You look like your mama. You also look like a monster. Hey, monster one, monster two. So this girl was being bullied in school and she was only being isolated more and more. Of course, the education system can be fine, even though the teachers could be there. But this girl, her mind was isolated. So right this moment, it was affecting even her life, her social life, her own life, even her family life. Every time she come home, she'll just get angry at the mother. Every time she go out and meet her friends, she'll get angry. She could not control her anger. So that affected the people around her where nobody wanted to get close to her. And one day she got a flyer. That flyer was an IMEI Mind Education Program. So with that, she attended the program. So the first day, she learned about how to open the heart. The second day, third day, she was able to listen to the lectures by the founder. And then as she listened to the lectures, one by one, things started to change. Yeah, her heart started to change. Her mind started to change. The way she thought, the way she spoke, the way she looked at her life started to change. Amazingly, a great change happened. So on the last day, from the first day, sorry, on the first day, she never smiled, just listened. And even though they did activities, we did dancing activities, we did different programs for the youth. We have activities where it's a group activity. Then we have the mind lecture. I should listen to the mind lecture. Without her noticing, little by little, the lecture, the mind of the speaker, the mind of the founder of IMEI, Mr. Dr. Park, was speaking. And he, O.S. Park, he started to speak about how to open the heart. He started to speak about the world of the heart. And all of a sudden, the people in that auditorium was about 1,000 youth. They started to change. This one girl in particular, she started to change. My heart is closed. This is the problem. I am not connected to my mother. That is the problem. I am not opening up to my mother. I am not speaking my heart. Then she was able to learn what was the real problem of this trying to just be positive, but she was able to learn the real mindset that she had compared to the real mindset of Dr. Park. Then, one by one, as she listened to the mind lecture, she could see a new world. And on the last day of the camp, we have a time of presentation. And she stood on that stage, a girl who was isolated, a girl who could not speak, a girl who kept her mouth quiet because she was so scared to talk about her mother and talk about her life because the mind that she had was such a negative mind. But through the mind education, she stood on the stage in front of 1,000 youth and she put the picture. You see that picture? That is her mother. She asked the first question. Everybody, is this woman ugly? Everybody laughing. Ha ha ha. Yes, yes. And she smiled and said, This is my mother. I always thought my mother was ugly too, but I never knew my mother had a beautiful heart, and the beauty is from the heart. Now I know I was the ugly person. I had the ugly mindset. I had the ugly thoughts, and I was wrong. I love my mother. I love my mother. My mother is so beautiful. Yeah, she gave a 3 to 4 minute lecture on front of everybody. Everybody afterwards, they started to clap. Wow, wow. And in the back, the professors were there, teachers were there, principals were there. Wow, this girl changed. Then one by one, other students started to come out. This student started to come out. Hey, I was suffering from suicide. I wanted to commit suicide. But as I listened to the mind lecture, I realized what I see is not the truth. There's more than what I see. So then one by one, the youth started to change their minds to the correct mindset. Then they were able to overcome these difficulties that they face. Truly, I also, in my life, I grew up in a dark world. My father was addicted to drugs. My mother was also Korean. And we suffered a lot growing up with three brothers, three boys. My mother suffered. She could not speak English, and our circumstances were very difficult. But I did not know that the problem was my mind. I thought I need more money. I thought I needed a better education. I thought I needed better circumstances. Then my life will be better, I thought. But I never knew it was the mind that I live with that made me live in that type of dark world. But then I also met this IMEI, and I also was able to learn what is the real strategy to change. That is the strategy of changing my viewpoints. Here, if you look at this, it looks like a blob of something. I don't know, just something was created. But here it says, which side do you see? Yeah, which side? How you look at this depends on the outcome. If you look at it from one side, you can see the thinking man is sitting there. Yeah, that is very strange. If the light shines from the right side going into, I think my right, if we look at it, is like that. Sorry, I don't know. Maybe you can see right or left. But anyway, if you see it from this side as it shines, the thinking man will come from that small image. But then, if we change the view, if we come the light, if we change the light to the other side, let's see what image will come out. Yeah, a different image comes out through the different view you look at it. If we look at it from the right side, the thinking man will come out. If we're looking at it from the left side, a woman will come out. Even though it's the same image, but the way we look at it creates our outcome. So if we turn both lights on, it's from the same image, it's from the same piece, but the outcome will be different. The mindset that we have, if we have a mindset of negativeness, when we look at Corona, we can only fall into despair. If we look at losing my job, we can only see despairful moment. But if we change our viewpoint, if we change our minds will give us the chance to change how we see the circumstance, and the results will be different. That's why today I will say the greatest discovery for the strategy to change is that our mindset must change. We must know how to strengthen our hearts. We must know the importance and the necessities of this mind education. We must know the importance of the mind of our young kids as they grow up. With what mind do they live with? And what mind are they living with? What mind are they moving with? So that they will be properly trained and properly ready to be able to take the strategies, to take the education and use it powerfully for the reason that it was created. But if they have the wrong mindset, No matter how good of an education you make, no matter how good our strategies become, but with the wrong mindset, holding on to that strategy, they will only be a failure. This is a very serious time. This is a moment where the whole world has to realize what is the problem and how to come out. That is through changing our minds. We must strengthen our mindset. That's why our IMEI is doing mind education programs for more than 2 million students around the world. Drug addict students are changing. Isolated students are being connected. Also, suicidal students are starting to live. So then through this mindset, we can see that when you change the view of the mind, then the outcome and the results will be different. Here, we can see an example of the change of a viewpoint. One day, Michelangelo, who is a very famous artist, he was walking down the street with his friend. And when he looked at this stone, he stopped. He kept staring. Whoa. Whoa. But then, everybody was wondering. His friend, sir, what are you looking at? What is wrong? That's just a stone. Yes. You don't see that? Then the friend said, what do you see? I don't see nothing but a stone. He says, an angel is inside of this rock. I am awakening the angel to set it free. Yeah, when he saw the stone, he saw an angel trapped in that stone. But the friend only saw the stone, even though they were looking at the same piece of stone, even though they're looking at the same point, but the mind was different. So because the mind was different, in Michelangelo's mind, he saw that angel. But in the friend's mind, he could not. And immediately, Michelangelo ran home, and he ran and got his hammer and got his chisel, and he started to hit it. Da 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 da. People looked at him. What are you doing, sir? Oh, hello. Yes, you don't see? There's an angel in this stone. I'm freeing the angel. What? What angel? I don't see no angel. Where's the angel? Oh, don't worry. Come back after 1 month, 2 months. I have to come back after 3 months. So continuously, for 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, he was working on this stone. And amazing thing was, the result was, the beautiful angel was awakened. Yes, in this rock, an angel is asleep. And now, awakening and freeing the sleeping angel. Now we can see. So now when the friends came by, oh, Michelangelo, wow, I didn't know. There was an angel in that stone. You are correct, sir. But the heart was different. That's why they could not see what Michelangelo saw. Same thing, what the company manager sees or what the strategy purpose is. If the heart is different, they will never see the real image in that strategy or the purpose of that strategy, and they will misunderstand it and they can misuse it. That's why it's very important for the mind that we live with. We must change the viewpoints of our mind. That's why in the IMEI, we say, behind the economic growth, if the mind to enjoy continually is absent, youth become corrupted and miserable. Yeah, economically, everything can grow. But if the mindset of the youth, if the mindset of the employees do not change, if the enjoyment, if the happiness, if the love, if the strong mind does not continuously flow, if it's absent, then everything will become corrupted and miserable. That's why they say, if the mind, the way of thinking changes, life changes. Today, I don't know if I answered your question, but in the IMEI, in our way, in our strategy, we believe that with the proper mindset, with the proper heart, If the person's heart is strong, then they will be able to overcome the slowdown of this economic world. Yes, why? Because everything is temporary. If we really take a step back and really think about it and really put our hearts together, if we connect our hearts together to overcome the problem together, then truly that, I will say, is the best strategy of overcoming not just the economic growth or slowdown, but to overcoming more bigger problems. That is the problem of depression. That is the problem of isolation. That is the problem of suicide. That is the problems of life that we face. Each one of us, we face different problems. Some of you today, sitting here, facing family problems. Some of you are also facing a loss of your family. Some of you maybe even face a loss of your job. Maybe some of you have faced a loss of something or a failure of your life. But today I'll tell you, if we have the right mindset, if we have the proper mindset, then you will be able to see beyond that failure. Ah, this is temporary. Then we move forward. We learn from the failure. We can learn from the problems, and our faith in our hearts can grow to where hope can be there. Dr. O.S. Park, he always says, he wants the youth to sleep with a dream and wake up with happiness and wake up with hope. Truly, the mind that we live with, hey, this is not a problem. Hey, this economic slowdown, hey, it's okay. We are the best. Yeah, the right mind of faith that India will overcome this, that the world will overcome it. If we keep the strong mindset, the real faith mindset, to be able to have the faith that this is not a problem, then definitely we'll be able to overcome this economic problem that is happening. That is why, honestly, Dr. Park is also, we are planning mini events. So we're going to be doing a worldwide mind education program in the month of July also is there. And every Saturday, our KYA, we do a mind education to where we invite specialists from different countries to deliver a 1 hour lecture. And through this lecture, many students have changed. Many people have changed. In South America, we did a mind education. Just last week, I went to South America, not physically, through Zoom. And we did a mind education about the power of connection. And for that 1 hour mind lecture, over 1,700 students were there. As they listened to the lecture, a lot of them replied back, oh, now I know what is the problem. Actually, I wanted to commit suicide, but I got this message to join this program, so I joined, not thinking, but actually I was thinking about how to commit suicide. But as I watched the culture program and as I listened to the mind lecture, I could realize, dying is not the way out. Connecting my heart to my mother is the way out of the problem. Connecting my heart to my father is the way out of the problem. So then later she was able to go and talk to her family and connect their hearts. And now we got the feedback of how happy and joyful she is. This is a very important crisis that we are facing. Not just India, not just the other places. We are facing this problem all over the world. But truly, if we connect our hearts, if we open our minds and really learn and connect to each other and learn the true mind, then no matter what problem we face, even cancer we can overcome. Even coronavirus we'll be able to overcome with the strong mindset. That's why I believe the greatest strategy to overcoming this is the mind education. Whether you accept it or not, whether you agree or not. But in my opinion, I'm also very thankful that you have given me this chance to come and share to you. And also I thought about the different strategies. But I really believe that the best strategy is to strengthen the minds and the hearts of the people. To be unity so that we can be strong together. I'd like to say thank you for your time. And if you have, I hope that if you want some information about our mind education, also I can send you, if you type in International Mind Education Institute on the Google, and I think some information will come out. Or if not, you can catch me on Facebook. My name is Mr. Thomas Henderson. You can send me a comment and say how was the lecture for you today. Also, you can send me some feedback. So if you agree or you don't agree, and you also please tell me. I would also like to listen to your opinion, and I also like to learn from you. So if you don't mind, you can also contact me at Thomas Henderson and what's that? Um, Facebook. Yeah, not FaceZoom, but Facebook. But anyways, thank you for giving me this opportunity to greet all of you and also express my opinion upon this situation. Thank you and have a nice day.